Yo, what it do, St. Louis? It is Tuesday morning, 7 a.m. So y'all know exactly what that means. It's time for the St. Louis Hustle Podcast. And today we are talking lies, and more lies. Surviving a chronic liar. Anybody dealing with pathological liars in their life? We're going to be talking all about that today. So do me a favor, go ahead and comment in the chat where you're from, drop the name of your business and or your brand, and smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen. You do not want to miss this because it's about to go down. So let's kick it.
Growing up in St. Louis has never been easy, and most say if you want to succeed here, that you must leave and put down roots somewhere else because of the strong crabs in a barrel mentality here.
I don't know if I'm just an optimistic person, but to see people like Chuck Berry and Nelly make it in the music industry, or the Roberts brothers and Dave Stewart in business, or William Lacey Clay Jr. in politics, can we blame the city, or is it that people just aren't hungry enough?
We're talking to all of the movers and shakers in this town, from entertainers to politicians, social activists and organizers, and of course, entrepreneurs.
Is there a curse on this city that holds people back? Is there an unseen hand that decides who makes it and who doesn't? You're about to find out.
Welcome to St. Louis Hustle.
All right, look at that.
Woo!
Good morning. Welcome to the St. Louis Hustle Podcast. I'm your host, CORTEZ Hustle. That's my girl, Michelle Aaye, coming to you live and direct from the Mobile Command Center, aka Ground Force One in the building. So we're talking 5 things to do with the chronic liars in your life. So do us a favor, comment in the chat where you're from. Let us know the name of your business and or your brand, and smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen. And we are coming to you live and direct from the Monetize My Life studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. I got a few more copies of this book for you. And I want you guys to grab it today for free. All you gotta do is cover the shipping costs, and I'm gonna send it right out to you. And you also get a copy or instant access to my most popular online course called How to Become an Influencer. Everybody's trying to figure that thing out, Michelle. How to be the next Kim Kardashian on IG. Well, I want to help you, and I want to do it for free. So all you got to do is go to the link in the comments or in the show notes, monetizemylifeacademy.com/free book, and it is yours. Dare I ask, how was your weekend, sis? I don't want to know this morning.
Two things. First, I thought I had headphones in the car, and apparently I failed myself because I don't. Secondly, that whole online influencer, you said, how can I be a Kim Kardashian? Does it involve my ass being out at all? Because I don't know if that's where I really want to go. I don't know if that's
this is post sex tape Kim Kardashian.
You know what? Okay, then I'm on that. I'm gonna get the book. You can't beat free. You can't beat that. I'm gonna get the book. So the weekend was great and long, and the retirement shenanigans have officially began. Nice. They started Friday and ended this
morning.
All I can say is we talk about liars. Here's the thing. Talking about liars, I could have been one of them liars this morning because I did oversleep. I just didn't say where I overslept. And I didn't really blink. And I was like, how did I get here? So I said, I'm not going to be a liar and I'm going to tell the truth about it. and just say, you know what, I's here.
Yeah.
And fortunately for me and you and our wonderful people that watch is that I dealt with a lot of liars, so I don't even need a script today because I've dealt with liars in abundance. I could do a
It's going
book on
down. It's going down. We can
it's
speak
going
from
down.
experience here, people. It's going down.
Experience. Yes. So real quick, jump into the coronavirus numbers, or the corona numbers. The I did a panel of this is one of the things I did do last night. I did the panel of Missouri, and Missouri is right about 34%. Right. So with all of the numbers, like I've been reporting on numbers, you see them on the news, how many people are getting vaccinated each week, and it's like thousands and hundreds of thousands. Even with all that have been getting vaccinated, we're still only at 34% as a state. We're not even halfway there yet as a state. That's great. And here's the thing: Illinois, who has been vaccinating in smaller batches than we have, they're at 50% already.
Nice.
I don't understand the math. There might be that New Chicago math. I don't know what they're doing in Chicago or in Illinois. I don't know what they're doing, but they are kicking butt because they are half of the state. 50% of their state is vaccinated. So, Missouri, if we're gonna do it, let's do it. And if we're not, scoot over in your chair, CORTEZ, because you got some folks that's like, I ain't doing it. You do. I'm not. I'm be first last.
We're not doing it, people. We not. Missouri is like, let's see what happened in Chicago first.
They was like, show me. They was like, show me the side effects first. Yeah. Absolutely. So we're right there. And like I said, I go get my second shot in a couple weeks. And I will say from the first shot, I think mine is allergies. It's always been hard to tell because I have allergies this time of the year. So I've had some sniffling and some a little bit, a little scratchy throat. But again, it could all be allergies and the pollen in the air. So, so far so good. We'll see. Most people say if they go down after the second shot.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
And listen, and that's so wrong because it's like, we're gonna give you the placebo in the first shot. The second shot is when you're getting the real poison. And that's why most people go down after the second shot. Now, I'm joking, I'm playing, but I'm for real. Some people are. I mean, I don't want to discourage anybody from doing what they feel is right for them. What I hate, though, is that people will discourage me from doing what's right for me.
There it is.
Hey man, if the shot is your thing, man, do your thing. But it's just not my thing. My sisters were in town this weekend for the holiday, and they was asking, Jihad, my son, who's home from school, you getting the shot? It's like the boy ain't had the vaccine since he was like in second grade or something, right? We opted out of vaccines like long time ago. Okay. And I was like, listen, ain't nobody around here getting no shot unless they say you can't get on this plane until you show me your vaccination card, which I know is coming. And I'm a hold all the way out until if they say I can't leave the country unless I got my vaccination card. Then and there's some things that I know how to do to load up on my greens and stuff, so I can get that stuff out of my system as quickly as possible. But I'm holding out shit.
You know what? I'm just real quick to piggyback on that. One thing I have been doing is I've been taking vitamin C pills. I've been eating tons of oranges and lemons and really getting my vitamin C intake up, right? So that when I do get that second one, I choose to believe I am the exception to the rule. I am the Peter, and I'm getting out the boat. I ain't got to have the same experience that everybody else has had, right? I won't be having to talk to first shell and second shell, be like, hey, first shell, what you think about it? Second shell, what about you? And then third shell in the middle. That won't be me.
Right.
So, twitching, it won't be me. But I'm going to Punta Cana in December, so I want to get it done and get past all of that, because I know they may not have it now, but by the time we get to December, be my luck.
It's coming. Hey,
They
the
don't
only
see
way
your
we
green
can
card.
fully open all the airports back up is if everybody
Yep.
has a vaccination card.
Mhm.
And matter of fact, everybody goes on your new real ID. There's a place that says whether you're vaccinated or not. And
Yeah, I bet you. I bet you.
I know it's coming.
I
know
forgot
it's
about
coming.
that real ID thing.
I
Yeah, because
know
that little
it
paper
is
thing they
coming.
give you is foolishness. Man.
All right, good deal, good deal. So now it's time for a new segment that we like to call the Michelle A word of the day. And
What my dog at?
I'm gonna get some help introducing this from my Aussie brother. So let's get ready for the Michelle A word of the day.
And now the Michelle I word of the day.
You done went got Crocodile Dundee's little brother. Hey, Crockett, you know what? That's all right. Ain't nobody man but the brother. That is hilarious. Okay, so today's A word of the day is about getting out the boat, right? I so love the story of when Peter walked on water in the Bible, and that probably is one of those scriptures that you hear preached about. Probably one of the most preached scriptures in the Bible.
Mhm.
And I love it because I'm gonna sing this song till I get a new song to sing. With me retiring, I really looked at that as getting out of the boat, right? I was in the
Mhm.
boat with 11 other folks, excuse me, and having the courage to stand up in the boat, because when you stand up in the boat, that rocks it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I had to stand up in the boat, which rocked it a little bit. And I had to look and I was like, Lord, is that you? And the Lord was like, it's me. And I was like, tell me to come on out on the water. Taking that step into retirement when I don't have all the details of,
Mhm.
now I have a blueprint. Peter looked out on the water. He knew he was scared in the boat. He looked out on the water. He knew things about the water. He knew the water was wet. He
Mhm.
knew the water was deep. He knew
Mhm.
the water had no substance, if that makes any sense. So he knew certain things about the water, but he
Right.
didn't know about him walking on the water. That's what he
Right.
didn't know. But
Mhm.
because God told him, he went on ahead and stepped out there. I stepped out into retirement, not knowing how far I would fall, if I would fall. I knew
Mhm.
certain things about retirement. I got a little bit of this and a little bit of that set up. I knew that I would have to make my way,
Mhm.
but the substance and the deepness of it, I had no idea on the details.
Right.
But like Peter, I had to keep my eyes on the Lord and say, you know what, I'm gonna step on out here. And as long as I focus on Him, I'll walk on the water. I can
Mhm.
be the exception. I
Yeah.
can be the person that walks on what most people drowned in.
That's
And
right.
that is my encouragement to somebody today. You're in the
Yeah.
boat with 11 other people that are telling you don't do it. I'm
Mhm.
here to challenge the status quo and say, do it. You absolutely can do it.
Yeah.
Step out of the boat, keep your eyes focused on the Lord, and walk on water. And,
That's
and
it.
don't let someone else's narrative of what happened to them be the narrative of what happens to you. It
Boom.
absolutely doesn't have to be, and you absolutely can be a water walker. Boom.
I love it. I love it. That is the Michelle A word of the day right here on the St. Louis Hustle podcast. And it's brought to you by, you want to tell them about your new project or you want to wait? You want to wait?
You know what? Do you have it queued up? Is it
I can
queued?
cue it up.
No, you got it
We
queued up. I'm gonna
need to
say,
cue it up.
if it's queued up, then we can go ahead and tell them about it. It is brought to you today by
The group,
the.
the group, the group,
I got it. Look at
the
that.
group.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See, that's why you really here, because you
So,
know we
so
all phone stuff. Thank you,
yeah.
sir.
So it's brought to you by the A Ladies group right here on Facebook. Michelle is creating this wonderful environment for ladies. Now, you have to get an invite to this group and just tell them a little bit about what you guys are going to be doing in that group and how you're going to be helping women get to the next level.
Wonderful. So in this group, I'm very, very excited about it. In this group, it's all ladies, and we're going to be talking about, it's a safe space, first of all. We're going to be talking about those things that affect us most, right? So we're going to be talking about everything from business. We're going to talk about some sensitive things, you know. So it'll be a variety of different things. But I'm a firm believer that I'm gonna say it. I'm a firm believer that God can't heal what you won't expose, right? So we're gonna talk about some things that will be exposed, right? And you might feel vulnerable, you might feel a little naked, but I believe in a safe space, exposing some things, discussing them with the sisterhood allows you to get those things to your conscious. It allows you to get those things in the atmosphere to God, where He can then say, "Yeah, I knew that was going on. I needed you to uncover it." And we'll talk about those things in a safe environment. We'll talk about those things where we're with other females that have been through different things and who can understand and relate, you know. So we're going to have some fun. We're going to also learn practical steps on how to handle those different challenges in life, how to love yourself more, right? How to boost your self-esteem, how to boost your self-confidence. We're going to talk about all those things and what hinders those things, right? Safe environment. There'll be some exciting e-courses, because y'all that know me like you know me know that training is what I do. So you guys are going to draw from that 20 plus years of my corporate background in training and facilitation. And we are going to discuss things that's going to help us come out healthy and whole. That's what's waiting for you on the inside of the A Ladies Facebook group.
So all you got to do is comment keyword AAYE, and Michelle will give you a special invite to that group. Love it, love it, love it. So let's dive in, sis. We talking pathological liars, and we ain't talking about fibbing. We ain't talking about storytelling. We talking about the for real hardcore, right? So I'm gonna put the link to this article in so you guys can check this article out. But it's not because we're not going to be able to read the whole thing. But let me set the stage, Michelle, and then we'll get into a couple of these things. Surviving
I got your commentary today. I got your commentary today. I got
surviving the chronic liar. 5 things to do. Do you know when someone who lies frequently about any and everything? Have you caught someone in a few lies and wonder why they continue to engage in this behavior? What most people fail to recognize about pathological liars is that they often lack the ability to empathize with others, or in other words, walk in other people's shoes. They lack the ability to feel guilty about their behavior, and they have trouble controlling their innate impulse to lie. For most of us, it is very difficult to lie with a straight face and quite easy to feel guilty about the lie. But for someone with pathological behavior, it is rather easy for them to lie while exhibiting behavior and emotion that makes the lie extremely believable. It's like, hey, man, I don't care that I'm lying to you and I don't feel guilty about it. So, pathological lying is very different than telling a fib or a white lie. The lying, insidious, evil, and sometimes vindictive. Some individuals have developed skill in lying to others and have no fear or regret. Some may even lie to a judge, police officer, therapist, psychiatrist, family member, spouse, survivors, supervisors, etc. They can also represent a very calm or charming, right, approach, maintain normal breathing rhythms. They didn't get all the way into the psychology of this thing, man. It's like, yeah, they keep their breathing down under control. They good at what they do is what the thing is saying. So 5 things to do when it comes to these pathological liars. Number 1, avoid engaging the pathological liar. If you sense that you are being lied to, perhaps you are. We all have an internal compass that signals trouble or peace or truth or fiction. Trust that. There are situations in which you might feel someone is being untrue, but later find out they were telling the truth. But in many cases, as humans, we have good barometers. If you sense someone is lying to you, don't make that person feel comfortable by agreeing, nodding, or laughing about it. A blank stare might do the trick in shutting the lie down.
Right. Get you When I tell you, man, I had this joke allowed to be so good. Now, this joke allowed to be. First of all, it has to do because Joker was in jail. That's the first time.
Okay.
And so me and my naive self, I bought the lie. Not only I got in line, I waited, and I got up to the register and paid my money for this lie. This Joker told me that he was sitting on millions and that he wanted me to go and find us a house for when he got released. Now, mind you, he told me he was getting released within 6 months. This Joker didn't get out for another 2 years. Whole nother story. And
Wait a
this
minute.
Joker told me,
Wait a minute. Was he African?
he was not. Man. When this Joker told me, he said, "Go find us a house." I said, "Okay." He said, "But I want you to find a house that's in $1 million range." Okay, I can afford it. Man, what I tell you guys, look at the fools and babies. Because this lie just seemed so believable. I was like, it could happen. He could just be in jail on a mishap. He really could be a millionaire. And I went out in Creve Coeur and called me a Gundaker realtor. And this woman took me through these $1 million houses in Creve Coeur in town and country. I ain't got a lick of money to my name. And we all in it because, you know, out in them areas, I thought I'm expecting vacant houses. No, people still live here. They're just gone for the day or whatever at work. We went in one house and they straight had a jewelry room. I didn't go in there. I just peeked my head in. At the end of the day, this Joker sold the lie so well. He said, take pictures when you're in the house because I want to see. And that didn't work out. But what everything tracked back, he wanted the pictures so he could send them to other ladies and say this was his house.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I was like, boom, sucker. I was like, that realtor called me the next day. She said, I am new at this. I should have got a bank statement before I took you out. Your bank statement has to show that you could afford a house like that. I was like, click, click. He'll clean up on her. Sorry, Amy, I don't have that. But the lie was good. The lie was good, and I bought it. I signed up. I signed on the dotted line.
Not only is he lying, he's lying to help you build a better lie.
Right.
Give me those pictures so that I can lie to somebody else.
Right. I want to keep the party going. This lie going all the way. I got 3 more years. You don't know that. We going all the way. Yeah. Liars, when liars are good like that, they get mad. And I hope it ain't on this top 10, on this top 5 list. Liars get mad when you don't believe it. They get mad when they feel it. They be like, what you mean? You know what? That's why I ain't deal with you. Because I won't believe your lie.
Right. Oh, see, that's why I don't never tell you nothing.
There it is. There it is. There it is. That's why I can't tell you nothing now. Don't.
But yeah, stop telling me stuff.
You hear me?
Please stop telling me stuff. All right. So that's number 1. You might just want to avoid the pathological liar, right?
Don't even hang out with him.
Number 2, and this can get a little dangerous, but nevertheless, number 2 says, call them out. Sometimes it's perfectly fine to point out that something isn't adding up. You could most certainly put it on yourself by saying, for some reason, I'm confused. Can you explain that to me again? In counseling sessions, the use of confrontation can be powerful if used appropriately and with tact. Confrontation does not mean creating an argument, but creating an acknowledgement that information isn't adding up. For example, a confrontation might include you saying, that's not what I see happening because I spoke with the principal and he showed me documentation that said you skipped school at 2 p.m. on Monday. I got all the facts and I just want you to know that I got the facts, but yeah, proceed.
Man, my kids, whenever they get called a lie, they used to, my one daughter would break out in tears. I don't know why you never believe me. That's lying. You're lying.
You keep saying things contrary to the evidence. That's why. And you going down with the ship every time. You have yet one time got busted and said, dang, wow, okay. let me come clean. No,
Never.
you just keep,
Never.
the evidence is this tall, and you just keep on lying.
Holding on. Because some males in some situations, when they get caught in infidelity, they will lie, and you got to put your hand on their shoulder while they are in the act of doing whatever they in the act of.
Yeah, yeah.
If not, they were like, that ain't what you saw. No, I saw you.
Shaggy,
saw
it wasn't me. Wasn't me.
Right. But I saw you. No, you didn't.
And so you in the mall? Wasn't me.
Well, man, when they real good, they be like, I saw you. No, you didn't. Well, he did look a little taller. That when you start to believe the lie. Well, I was at a distance. You don't see that well. You ain't been feeling well lately. You want to lie down? My head do hurt. Then you done bought the damn lie. You like, I didn't even want to buy this one. I don't even have enough change. You done bought the lie.
They pull out all the stops, and I'm so non-confrontational, Michelle, that I am not confronting anybody who's lying. And it's probably my fault that there's a lot of pathological liars, because I kind of egg them on, and because I don't want to hurt the feelings. I'm like, nah, you're lying, you're lying, but that's okay, because I ain't buying, but I ain't gonna tell you I ain't buying. Right. I'm the person who says when you're trying to sell me something and I don't want to tell you I ain't buying because I don't want that confrontation. Oh, let me go talk to my wife, right? Because I don't want to just tell you no. You know what? Let me think about it, and I'm gonna hit you back tomorrow, and I ain't gonna never answer the phone for you ever again, right? Because I don't want to say no. But I mean, it's calling them out. Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. But I will sometimes, depending on who it is, I will hint around to like it says here, some just ain't adding up. Or let me just repeat back to you what you're saying to me to make sure I got it clear.
Right.
And I do that a little bit. It's like, so what you're saying is
that right there.
When you got out the car, there was a Deborah in the road, right? That's what you're saying. I'm just trying to get it straight. You got out the car and there was a Deborah, right? A deer mixed with a zebra. Is what you go ahead, Kevin, finish.
Right. And then you hit him with the because I really believe. Here's my thing. I got a rule about lying, right? Mm-hmm. The question, is there ever a good time to tell a lie? I'm gonna say this. The only time I think a person should really lie with warrant is lie to save our lives. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The bad man is coming and we finna get dealt with. Lie to save our lives. That's the only time I think lying is good. Right. If we finna get into we in the skillet and we finna hit the fire, lie.
Yeah.
Lie.
Yeah, it ain't that high.
Lie. Save us. But if it ain't for that reason, keep them lies to. I can deal with the ugly truth better than a pretty lie any day.
Yeah, but I think the thing is, so I think that's a white lie. That's a little fib. But these jokers with these stories and these and my thing with lying is, how do you remember all that? Like, how do you? I can't. That's my problem with. First of all, I have the worst poker face ever. Like, I just can't.
Right.
I can't do the lie with the straight face. Right.
Yeah.
Second of all, I can't be remembering all of the details that I told for the umpteenth thousand time. It's like, man, well, CORTEZ said he did this. And then the next person who talked to me about that is going to be a completely different thing because I done forgot. But I guess that's what makes a storyteller good, a liar good, is that they can remember all of those details. And then when they miss a detail, they're so good at lying, they just come back with a lie to cover up why the detail didn't match the last time you told. Listen, bro, I was with you last week and you told me that it went down this way. Oh, well, let's see what the reason that I told you that last week. Yeah. And there's a whole lie to be injected in the first lie to keep that lie going. I'm like, man,
It's like when they grab your arm and you getting a shot. Let me just prime this area. There it is. There, get to inject that good ass lie right there.
It's too
you know what?
much plan.
It is. I was just gonna say that I think liars, there's, you know me, I always be trying to get psychological. And I really do believe that up underneath the lies, like the some of the people I've dealt with, two different extremes of two different extreme liars, where one of them, I believe, experienced trauma at a young age, and the person, due to the trauma they experienced at a young age, the situation they were in, they weren't allowed to deal with that trauma. And so I believe that the person created a fictitious world as a coping mechanism, right? And in that world, they were whatever they wanted to be. And I think that where a person in normal adolescence comes out of that stage of make-believe, that person never came out. And I think because of the severe trauma that person that they endured, that line was blurred when an average person would come out of that, which is normally in adolescence. You know what I'm saying? That line was blurred, and it just compounded, and the person grew into an adult, and those lies that might have been make believe as a kid become erroneous embellishments of nothing that was ever true. You know, I'm famous.
I really lived that life in my head.
And I think in their mind it seems real, and that line between reality and fantasy is skewed. They lie so much that they begin to believe their own lie, you know, and they lie so much that they begin to pursue the lie as a goal. Well, it's not happening now, but that's a goal I'm getting to.
Right. Yeah, that's a lot. But you know, the lack of empathy and don't care who they hurt along the way, that's crazy. So we've got three more ways to deal with the liar in your life. And before we do that, we got to take a quick break. So you guys know that I want you guys to get your money together. So I'm gonna let you hear from my coach and mentor. No, I ain't. That's not what I'm gonna do. I want you to invest and spend your money with Black businesses. That's what I want you to do. So let me hip you to my girl, Eliani Campbell, over at STL Black Biz. Let's check it out.
My name is Eliani Campbell, and I am the founder and creator of STL Black Biz. STL Black Biz is an online Black business directory that was created in 2014 to connect Black businesses and consumers that are looking to shop Black businesses. If you are a Black business owner and you're interested in showcasing your products or your services, you can do so. You can visit us at www.stlblackbiz, and you can list your business. For more information, visit www.stlblackbiz.
Go to stlblackbiz.com.
Boom. Buy Black people. STL Black Biz is a great place to start. My girl Eliani Campbell is doing a great job. There's over 100 Black-owned businesses in that directory. So, yes, ma'am.
I really like how you are contracting with our brothers and sisters around the world. You got Aussie to do my intro for my commercial, and then you got some chick from England to do that intro. I just think it's great how you just contracting people all over the world.
All over the world. It's like, hey, listen, can you lend your voice to the St. Louis Hustle podcast?
Man, it's amazing. She need a name. That's Bethany. You got Bethany from England.
Yeah, there you go.
And she rocked that.
And she's
out
rocking out with STL Black Biz. She's a full supporter of buying Black in the St. Louis metro area.
Yes, buy Black. That is hilarious.
All right, so we're talking pathological liars and how do you deal with them, people? Well, one way that you can deal with them is avoid engaging with them altogether. When you see them coming, you just about face. You see their number show up on the caller ID, you just send a voicemail. Or you go, is that called ghosting? Is that what the kids say?
They call it ghosting. I call it fake and black. Pull a
Fade
Homer
to
Simpson
black
into the
on
bushes. Right. Pull a Homer Simpson into the
them.
bushes.
Right. Or you could call them out. Now, one thing that I do know about pathological liars, because I remember, in middle school and high school, there was a guy, and rest in peace, Antonio. He kind of, he passed away. But he did it so much that became his name. Like that, literally, his name was Antonio. They start calling him Lion Antonio, and then they start calling him LA for short. I'm like, but
that's when you lie too damn.
He was one of the most genuine people that you could ever be around in terms of his heart. But his conversation, man, these stories were all over the place, man. So seriously, they said, man, Antonio, no, not that Antonio, Lion Antonio. And then
everybody knew.
And after everybody, after Lion Antonio stuff, they just start calling them LA.
Right.
Because we didn't want people who didn't know him to be known as Lion Antonio, because they might be buying the lie, Michelle. So around other people, we just say LA.
That is.
So we didn't blow his cover, so to speak, with people who didn't know him. And then after they got to know him, what does the LA stand for? And then we tell them, it's like, oh, no, it makes sense.
Right.
Story he told me.
Everybody knows an Antonio.
Yeah.
Man, my baby daddy was an Antonio. My oldest daughter's dad. Man, you would say this dude's name. You would say, and he done went on to glory. He probably started kicking it with Antonio.
Oh man, they trying to top one another. Is what they're trying to do. Who got the best?
They in the hook for room telling stories together. But man, you say Michael Ruggs, people say two things about him. He was a butthole, and they be like, that nigga be lying. Yeah, he be like, he lying. Like, you check his ID, because that might not even be his name. No, I seen his
ID. Be his real name. Yeah,
man, as I must lie.
So the third way that you deal with these jokers. Before we get to the third way, just calling them out, right? If you have it in you to do that consistently, they'll actually stop coming around. Because one thing they don't like to do is be called out. And then one thing that they won't do is go into one of those stories when somebody who's known for calling them out is in the room.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely.
It's like, boy, you awful quiet today. Yeah, I ain't got nothing to say. Because they know people around who will call them out. But get them in an environment where nobody's going to call them out. They going to town.
They going in. Fresh blood, they be like, I got new meat here. Oh, okay, I got this. Yeah. I'm on this. But then you could always say, wait, real quick, to set up for a lie. Man, let me tell you what happened.
Real talk. Real talk.
Real talk. No, it's going to be lie talk, but go ahead. When they say that it's a setup and it's coming.
Yeah. It's kind of like on Why Did I Get Married? When a guy said, know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? That was a tale that he's lying. You know what I'm saying? So when the pathological liar starts, man, I'm about to keep it all the way 100 with you. It's like,
man, here you go.
Real talk. Let me tell
you. Man, peep this.
Man, listen, let me put you up on game. Oh, here we go.
Oh, let me put you on game.
Or in the in the affluent communities, they might say, can I be honest with you?
Oh my God.
It's like, if you got to ask, can you be honest with me? Then it makes everything you said to me this point suspect. It's like, now you got to get permission. What have you been doing all of this time?
Right. It's up. You know what? Let me tell you something. No, don't tell me nothing. You know what? True story.
Yeah, true story. True story. And if you around my age, it might start with, oh, my mama. I was like, man, you really want me to believe this lie? that you about
Man,
to
you
tell.
settled it with the
When it
mama.
starts with
Yeah.
"Oh my mama," you're
Mm-hmm.
like, yes, it's about to go in.
Quit putting that on.
Yeah.
Quit putting stuff on there. That's nothing, St. Louis. Stop putting stuff on there, people. Please let mama, a big mama, let them rest on my big mama.
Yeah,
Really,
yeah, yeah.
put your ass on a pot of greens or something. On a pot of greens, dog. It could work.
Number 3, play stupid. Now this is kind of my go-to, right? I use this technique quite a bit in sessions with obsolescents. With adolescents and younger children. If I want a youth to open up, or I'm looking to build rapport, I make statements such as, "That's not what I was told. Can you help me understand? Because I'm a bit confused." Individuals who tend to lie are usually seeking some sort of power over others. If you are able to take a step back and appear unassuming, you can actually become the person on top, and coax the individual to explaining things so you can evaluate it. You're not trying to catch the person in a lie. I think this whole paragraph is about trying to catch the person in the lie. Who wrote this? Because you lying right now in this
Where they lie?
article. You
They lying
lying in this
right now.
article. You're not
They
trying to catch the
lying right
person
now.
in the lie per se, but to clarify information in a non-confrontational manner. I'm trying to catch you in the lie. That's why I need clarifications. Like, that don't sound real.
Right. I don't believe you. How about
Do you
that?
play stupid sometimes, Michelle?
You know what? I do. It's funny. What you said you do. I've done that before. I know I'm being lied to, and I just sit back because I can smell a lot coming.
Mhm,
Because I've been lied to so much. And
mhm,
so when people say things, especially when I have experience, I ain't done everything in this world, but I've done a lot of different things. So I have a
mhm.
lot of experience in different areas. I.e., when somebody tells me that they traveled out the country. Oh yeah, I got like 14 passports. Oh, 14. Yep. Okay, so you don't know that I travel out the country.
Mhm.
You don't know that I have 2 passports, and I only got 2 because I filled up all the pages in one, and then I moved to another one, or my one expired and I had to get another one.
Mhm.
So you telling me you got 14, mind
Mhm.
you, younger
Mhm.
than me, you got 14 passports. Mind you, you've been away at college for various amount of times in your life, but you got 14 passports. You don't understand how passports work. You
Yeah,
really don't, because
yeah.
technically, for real, if mine hadn't just expired, they stamp over other
Mhm.
stamps in
Mhm.
some situations. So it's really hard to blow through. I say, like I said, I got 2 because one expired. But for as many pages and as many stamps that I have in mine, and I probably have just under 20,
Mhm.
and I technically wouldn't run out of pages in one book. You're lying.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't. I played dumb. I asked questions. I said, really,
Mhm.
14?
Mhm.
Gee, I only got 2, and I'd have been to one country 14 different times. And then I went to another country, had to get a visa, and went there twice. I don't have 14 different passports. I got them. I do. I really
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Hey, if you say you got 14 different passports, I ain't even going there with you because I know you're lying, and I don't want to embarrass you.
Right,
You
right.
probably gonna just find another lie to cover up that one.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the 14, where the 14 comes in is I'm actually part of Elon Musk's a SpaceX program.
No.
And when you start leaving the planet, you gotta get like they don't issue just one passport, they issue 3 every time. It's
You know
like
what?
there's always something with the pass. I mean, these are like,
I
they
can't.
are never caught. They are
I can't.
never caught.
I can't. I cannot, sir. That
They are
that is
never caught. They can never just say, no, but for real, I do hope to travel someday, and I ain't been nowhere yet.
right. Right.
They're never caught. It's like, no, no. And I think what they do, Michelle, is like, it's like and you can relate to this. It's like a good comedian. They're working out material. It's like when you catch me, here's an opportunity for me to think on my feet. Here's a chance for me to work out this material and see if I can get you to believe it. And if not, I can go back and dissect the conversation and say, you know where I went wrong? When I said SpaceX, I shouldn't have said SpaceX.
I should have given it a different name. I should have punched up the name.
I should have said Virgin. I should have said I shouldn't have said SpaceX.
When I tell you, pardon me, when I tell you, I know a liar they can, you're right, they control the breathing. They can give you absolute eye contact because they know when a person is a pathological liar, some pathological liars are narcissists, right? Because they believe that they're just that special. Why wouldn't you believe me? Because I'm wonderful. I know I'm lying, but I'm so wonderful. You should know that. And if they're narcissistic and they're a pathological liar, or they call it a grandeur syndrome, where they explode everything, might be right here, but they take something that might be a little bit of truth and they make it so grand, it's now a great big lie, right? Sometimes those are sociopaths, and that's we going on back up to the cabeza up there, the Lupe and the Dupe. They ain't playing with a full deck. And again, man, calling people out, going back to that, know who you're dealing with, because you confront the wrong joker. You confront the crazy joker that is like, oh, I'll kill you if you don't believe this lie. No, that's a very believable lie, and I love that lie. It's my favorite lie. Can you tell it to me again? It's like a bedtime story. Give me that lie one more time. I love it.
And I've seen that. That's why I don't confront. Because I've seen them willing to go that far to make the lie believable. Because you got to think about it. You got what's the first thing an outsider is going to say? Man, he wouldn't have done all of that if he was lying.
Yep.
Yes, he would.
Right. Absolutely would have. He would absolutely did all of that.
You to buy into the lie, so he has to do all of that in order to get your buy-in. Number 4, don't believe anything until you confirm. Right? Here's another way that you can stop them from coming around, or you can get yourself hurt. Is another subtle form of confirmation, right? When they start talking, start doing this. Okay, go ahead.
Not to. Let me write that down. I need to take some notes.
Yeah. What you say? Okay.
It's good ass line right here. I'm gonna write this one down.
Oh, that is dope. Spell that for me.
Slow down. I didn't get it.
When you said it, it's like, wait a minute.
Right. Why you write stuff down?
It's like, hey,
you got to be recording me.
Yeah. So do not believe anything till you confirm it is number 4. Someone with a track record of lying behaviors should never be believed at face value. The moment you begin to appear as if you believe what the pathological liar is saying, they will run with it. Any kind of approval or trust the pathological liar can sense makes them feel powerful and energized to continue the behavior. It's always good when speaking to someone who frequently lies to remain neutral, detached, and focused. You should weigh everything you are being told against the facts. So, in other words, when you have those people in your life who are talking, my face says this, but my mind says that.
Your mind is the emoji.
This, but my mind says
that's some bull. You bull. Yeah.
But because you're good, I'm going to go and fact check it just to make sure. Because one of the things that makes the liars good is they know how to add in that 10% truth, right? Yep. So that one time they told you the truth is why you believe the 9 times they lied. it's the one time. So every now and then you had to go and do some fact checking. I ain't gonna believe you yet, but I done wrote down some stuff that I'm gonna go check on, and then we're gonna circle back.
Now, see, the code talk for that is I done wrote down some stuff, and I'm gonna just hold on to it and wait for this line to repeat. And then when it come back up on the playlist, I'm gonna be like, oh no.
See, before you said that it was the 4th of July when all this went down. Now you're talking about it happened Memorial Day weekend before you were in Miami. This time it went down in Port St. Lucie. See, before, because I wrote it down now, before you said it was 3 bad chicks, and now you saying it's 7. So I'm gonna split the difference, and I'm guessing it was 4, and you were not in Miami, but you were somewhere in Florida. You just
somewhere on the east side. It's Sajay.
Yeah.
It wasn't 4. It was 2 in the midget. That's what we're doing with this.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing here. You're just making all this stuff.
Why you giving them back the facts? You be like, no, so you said it was no, put the gun down. See, why you said it was no, ain't no need to put your fist away. We ain't gonna fight about it. I'm just trying to tell you what you said. Trying to get the facts together. Don't get all. We don't need to go to fisticuffs.
I'm just trying to properly place this story. I think you're just confusing this story with another story. Both true, by the way. I just want you to just clear them up because I want the best of both stories here. That's all I'm trying to get to.
Both great stories. You know what? You could be a writer. You should pursue that. Let me encourage you. Turn that thing around. You know what? You should use your talents. You should be a writer.
Yeah, man. I could. That could totally be a movie, dog. And I just want to make sure that this scene doesn't conflict with this scene. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you out.
I help you out.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Don't argue or fight with the pathological liar. It's not worth your energy, people, to argue with someone who lives in a fantasy or psychologically unstable world. Most liars lack an identity and struggle with feelings of insecurity and abandonment. Other pathological liars are simply sociopaths and overly confident. Either way, don't argue or get into a confrontation with a liar because they are circular arguing, demean you, and possibly create more lies to use in the future, possibly against you.
Man, all I gotta say is I should be a doctor. I should, because I picked them 2 last ones you just said for number 5. I told you when you deal with a liar and you just know what you know. Yeah. That's what it is. They psychological.
Circular arguing, right? Have you ever jumped in one of them things and you just can't get out because it just keeps going round and round in circles? Just round and round.
It's bad. You go round and round. You can't get out because it's like, nah, but for real. Then they find something to pick it. They deflect from the lie because they know they've been busted. So after they deflect from the lie, they got to pick an argument about something brand new. Oh, well, you know what? So you never did believe me. You don't support me enough. No way. You know what? Other guys, girls support them on the things that they do. But you ain't never been there for me. You always leave me out in the cold, leave me out to dry, hanging me out there like that. So now we done went from why you lied about having me go walk through all these people's houses. You ain't got no damn money. We went from that lie to I don't support you enough. Now it's my fault that you lied.
You don't support my dreams.
Right. Getting me locked the hell up. I don't support that. Some people had to call the police. It was like, there's a big black woman in my house. Camera. We don't know why. I can look at her till she broke. She ain't got no money. She can't afford this house. Did you check her bank statement? They would have got all that off the recording.
Yeah.
No.
It's crazy. So don't argue with those fools. That's one of the reasons that confrontation is dangerous. Now, sometimes when you're poking fun, I do poke fun. I mean, it's hilarious sometimes the lengths that a liar will go to keep the lie alive. Keep the lie alive. Keep the lie alive. They will really go all the way there to keep it alive. And one of the things that you can't do is really not worth the time, energy, and effort. Like I said, they are never busted. And here's what they know that you don't know they know. They ain't the one crazy. You the one crazy. See, I know I'm lying.
Right.
But you trying to bust me in the lie, you the one crazy. You trying to come with all these rational arguments. There is no rationale with me.
No,
that is gonna keep lying on. Listen, you trying to fact check me? Ain't no facts to check. I made all this up. So you the one crazy. So we think, oh, I'm gonna get a kick out of this. I got him. He said this. He said he was here, and I know for a fact he was not there because he was over here with me, and I'm finna hit him with it.
Man,
you gonna come with something else? That was my twin, dog. And say it with a straight face.
What a straight. My mama had twins. Call my mama and ask her. Call her. No, call her. I'll call her. Mama click on three-way. Mama. She ain't even, my mama not home. So that's okay. But I got a twin. When you said don't waste time fact checking because there are no facts. And you're right. You are crazy for arguing with that person because they know. Half the time I think that when I was lied to by this particular person, because two different types of liars, but the one that was a sociopath, I believe that he was lying to me just to see how far he could get me to go in the lie. How far down this rabbit hole are you gonna go? When you're out there test driving Cadillac sports cars? No, it wasn't far enough because I was out. So really, who was the crazy one? Walking through $1 million homes and test driving Maseratis and sports cars.
He sit back and said, man, this chick is flat out crazy. I done sent her to look at some $1 million houses, test drive some $100,000 cars, and I did it all from prison.
All from prison. Ladies,
prison.
Check them. That when I tell you there's some in there that have perfected the art.
Yeah, ain't got nothing but time. Ain't got nothing but time. They can figure some things out.
That's their reality show. You just created entertainment for them.
Yes. Listen. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you dealing with pathological liars, there's 5 ways to deal with them. Number 1, you can just avoid engaging with them altogether. Nope, I don't want to hear it. You can call them out on the lie. No, you said you did that in 76 and you weren't even born until 78. Stop lying. You can play stupid, right? One of the things that we didn't touch on about these liars is when they come and hit you with a story that you lived and told them, but they didn't put themselves in the story. It's like, wait a minute. That's my story. Never mind. Go ahead. Go ahead. Never mind. Go on, tell the story, dog. Go on, tell it.
It's yours now. You own it. You own the rights to that story. Go ahead.
You can play stupid. You can not believe everything until you confirm it. And last but not least, do not argue, fuss, or fight with these people because you the one. You the one that's off your rocker. I know we like to look at them and say they the one. No. If you, especially if this ain't the first time this person lied to you, the one. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the top of the hour, so we've got to run. Next Tuesday, we'll be right back at you talking about curses. Are you cursed? Is there such thing as a real curse? We will get into that, but until then, get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. So hustle up.